This is a supply management lecture, 23rd of October 2023. Okay, and today we are going to look into the implementation questions of an audit. Specifically, we're going to look into the 5S audit as an example. Okay, so basically, as we described last week, we have a group of people, the lead auditor and the process owner maybe, and some others, and doing the audit, right? And they're asking some questions that need to be answered by the process owners, right? I make it a little bit pretty, then it's more fun to learn it. So, as I said, you are asking questions. Each question needs to be asked on the shop floor. So you go and see the workplace. You don't perform the audit from a desk or something like that. So you go with your shoes, you stand up and go and see whatever you're auditing to the workplace, okay? So this is the little comic that you never should forget. These three elements need to be. And of course, you can provide any amount of points. You can do any scala you want. I usually do one question equals 0 to 10 points. Okay, so this is the minimum, and this is the maximum. Okay, you can do other scala that is totally irrelevant, but it helps to have 1 to 10. So are you cool with this?
Yes.
Yep. As I said, if any questions come out, just let me know. So the first is the 5S, okay? So it is a questionnaire. So we go and we do the first S. Remember from last week, okay? So I'm not going to repeat that. So what do you ask on the first S? The first question is, do we have... Oh, and you're going to get a homework, by the way. If you want to do it, I think it would help because at least last year and the year before I asked this in the exam. So if you do the homework, it will be much easier to remember. Perform the 5S audit in your kitchen and bathroom, at home, and once as process owner, and once as auditor. Okay? So I strongly recommend that you use these questions to basically get some orderliness at home. Is of course voluntary. I just recommend it strongly. Okay. So the first question is, do we have unnecessary 1C unnecessary items in the workplace? WP is workplace. Okay. Okay. So, do we identify unnecessary items in the workplace? If you're in the kitchen, do you find things that are not necessary in the kitchen? Okay. Second question, do we have unused or defective machines or utensils or tools in the workplace? Okay. Third question, do we have unnecessary materials or transport storage packaging items in the workplace? Okay. So materials, transport, storage, packaging materials that are unnecessary. Do we have unnecessary jigs in the workplace? For instance, if in the kitchen, if you have stuff from the garden, jigs from the garden, stuff like that. And 1.5, do we have unnecessary or outdated information in the workplace? Do we have unnecessary or outdated information in the workplace? Those are the questions you ask on the first S. And if you have no unnecessary items in the workplace, in the first question, you get 10 points, right? If you have no unused effective machines, utensils, tools in the workplace, you get 10 points. So you have a maximum of 50 points in the first S. Is that cool? Questions? Hello?
No questions.
Can you follow? That's no brainer, right? So second S. You have your second S right there. Okay. And there you go. You have 2.1. Are all places in the workplace correctly marked or visualized? Are all places in the workplace correctly marked or visualized? Okay. 2.2. Can we know where and when something is missing? You call it shadow boards. Maybe you've seen that in some backyards, or if your father or mother has a, like a little workshop in the garage, shadow boards. Okay. Or in the incorrect position. Okay. 2.3. Are all ways visualized at the workplace? Are inventory and logistic processes visualized? Okay. So as you see, the first S is about finding unnecessary stuff. The second step is to visualize, so to make the workplace, to bring the workplace to talk. Okay. So the second S is about bringing the process. Imagine this is the process. Okay. This is our machine. We give some life to the machine. Okay. So the machine should be able to talk to us. Okay. Darum geht's. Wir wollen die Sprache des Prozesses verstehen. Helfen euch die Comics oder helfen die gar nicht? Oder ist es halt... Mir hat sie mir geholfen, besser mir die Dinge zu merken. So, we want the thing to talk to us. So 2.4, are all machines tools, jigs correctly visualized? Two point five. Do we visualize the Whipstead for work in progress? Of course, this is true for this is valid not only for the factory but also for the office. Okay, so don't you think that this is just not valid for the office because it's just exactly the same? Okay, any questions?
No.
Not difficult to follow, right?
Yes.
So the third S, and one of the questions last year was tell me about the 4S. Okay, it can be like just as easy as that. So third S, the question was exactly tell me the questions that you ask at the 4S audit. Okay, I think. So the third S, you go for your 3.1, and then you ask are all machines, tools, bam, 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 clean and free of dirt? So here you start looking at cleanliness. 3.2 is the workplace and its surrounding free of dirt. As I said, you can give 0 to 10 points for each question. Are the jigs free of dirt? Three point four. Do we have a plan to clean regularly? Okay. And 3.5. Are all cleaning tools necessary to clean available? Okay. So as I said, I strongly recommend that you do these questions. You go through this questionnaire with your family or boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, in the kitchen and in the bathroom. It's the best way to learn it, okay? So any questions to number 3? No. For S, (4.1), do we find everything at the indicated and visualized position? 4.2, do we have standard operating procedures, SOP, and are they followed? For instance, maybe you have had the experience at home, you clean the kitchen, and in 3 days later is exactly again at the same position as it was before you cleaned it, because somebody left everything behind without cleaning. So without a standard operating procedure that keeps the standard, all the effort is quickly disappearing, right? So you need that. You also need a cleaning plan. Do we have a cleaning plan? And is it visualized and consistently implemented? Okay. 4.4, do we have checklists? That visualize the maintenance performed on machines, tools, jigs, and so on. If you have maybe a coffee machine in your kitchen, do you have a checklist? When was the last time you performed some process of Entkalkung or something like that, right? 4.5. Do we have standard formulas for information? Are they up to date? Okay. Any questions to number 4?
I think it's all clear.
It's all clear, you're cool, good. Then number 5 and last S. And these are easy points in the exam, so please make sure you don't let them go, okay? This is super easy, just don't let the points go. So the 5S is, the 5th S is just the standardization. Do we perform 4 S's consistently? (5.2). Do we integrate 4 S's into CPDNA, into continuous improvement? You all know what that is. 5.3. Are all POs, process owners, aware of the 4 S's? 5.4. Do we perform 5S audit regularly? And 5.5, do we integrate 5S into management routine? Okay, so the 5S is just to keep the standard. Now we see how do we keep the standard and how you can implement it in your daily work when you are dealing with your suppliers. Okay, any questions before we continue? Can you follow? Am I being too fast? Hello?
Yeah, I have no questions, but I think Mr. Faust.
Ich habe das nicht verstanden, sorry.
No questions.
No questions?
Yeah, everything is clear for me.
Yeah. So, how do we integrate this point 5.2? Let me give you an example on how to do it, because this just puts a lot of things together, okay? So the CPDNA 5 or the 5S CPDNA, and this is what I think you should use for your kitchen or your bathroom, okay? So if you want to perform this task, just feel free to do it, and in a piece of paper you can photograph it and just send it to me. Give you feedback. This could be very well a question in the exam. Okay. All right. So you remember this thing called 5S, right? You remember this thing called cpDNA as well. So the first thing we do is we do the C, the check, right? So this is our check. How do we do the check? We go and we say, well, our time, this is the time, T, calendar weeks. We have a maximum of 250 points. Okay, so here are the 5S points. Okay, so in the calendar week whatever, so today, calendar week 1, we go and we say, okay, we have for the 5S, we have let's say 30 points. The first S. For the second S, we have another 20 points. Or another 30 points, I don't know. Okay. For the third S, we have just 20. This is the third S. And for the fifth, for the fourth, we have only 10. And for the fifth, we have only 10. Okay? So you see where I'm going. You have a maximum of 100. And your gap to 250 is still very big. So you want to, or you need to right? So this is your gap to 250. Okay? So this is 4 and 5S, and the rest is your gap. You see the visualization?
Yes.
So that's your calendar week 1. Obviously there's an issue here. The next thing you do is you represent here your layout and your process of cleaning. Okay, so this is your so-called value stream. I'm not going to do it now because we'll do it in a case study later on. You can do your value stream, let's say kitchen or bathroom or whatever you guys do. Then you go and you prioritize the things that you have encountered through your audit. Okay, so in the 5S, you find your first S second S, third S, 4S, and 5S. And the rule here is whatever you have left on the first S, you need to deal with before you continue to the next level, right? So if you have something on the first S, you need to take care of that before you continue. Okay? So you don't advance. If you have stuff going on here, you don't advance to the second S. So this is your first priority. This is your prioritization. Then you do an analysis of why your first S is still not on target. Maybe, I don't know, you're missing, you have outdated information in the kitchen. You have some old machines, instructions storage somewhere, or you have unnecessary jigs in the workplace from the garden, you have a saw from the garden, or you have old batteries, or you have bottles, I don't know, whatever, right? So whatever you guys have, you deal with it, right? These are the problems that you're facing on your first priority, and then you perform an action. So this is your do, your action. You perform your action. You say who implements the action and by when. Maßnahme, wer, bis wann, okay? Once this is defined, you go and you perform the next audit next week, and then you see here an improvement on the one. The second is constant, the third is constant, the fourth is constant, the fifth is constant. So still a long way to go, right? And your idea is to close the gap for good. You want to be making it 0 gap, so you want to have here no red. Is that cool? So what you want to do is you want to at some point drive this line to 100 and keep it there. Okay, so this is your strategic goal. Throughout the way, you will be noticing, okay, some things are helping me get there. So get my boyfriend to help me, or get my my cat to pee on the sand or something like that. You know, stuff that helps me keep the stuff going on. So this is just a standard operating procedure that we were talking about before. Okay, is that cool? Hello?
Yes, it's fine.
So we try to bring the machine to talk, and then we try to improve it. Okay, so first we clean, we visualize with the first 2 S's, bring the machine to talk, and then we perform continuous improvement with the 3rd, 4th, and 5S. Okay? Any questions, guys?
No questions so far.
No questions?